No. 13 finance. 13A, income expenditure for October 14. Receive for approval a copy of the detailed report of the income expenditure for month 7. Councillor Baines.
Have the historic questions around financial record keeping been clear? Because there was a period of time where we didn't approve these because of the lack of financial controls. Are we saying those issues have been addressed?
Yes. Isn't approved 2 months ago?
I must admit, Councillor Baines, I don't really know what we're talking about because I wasn't probably here at the time this was raised.
Yeah, there's a period of time where there was 3 or 4 months, or maybe a little bit less than that, where we didn't approve these accounts because of the lack of financial controls over this.
Yeah, I think you're talking about a GP and finance minutes.
No, it would have been full council.
There were full council.
Okay, right, let the clerk answer as to, have we got any outstanding minutes that have not been approved?
There's nothing outstanding, and all the results are in the minutes from that.
Okay, can I just ask council then, are we happy that we've got robust financial controls now, hence why we've approved the previous ones?
No. The previous ones were there was a high vote, if I recall, so we couldn't remember in your absence, we couldn't remember some of the reasons why. I think it was the main figures were the first ones that we wouldn't accept, and there'd be no answers, we couldn't remember what the questions were. So there was a vote which was tied, and the chairman casting vote, whatever it's named. So
I think that's what Councillor Baines is referring to, yeah. That's what I was trying to, I couldn't remember the detail, but I think it was the GP and finance meeting. Okay, so any more questions on that particular 13A?
Not mine's 12, is it 13?
13 now.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's gone on one that we've already had.
I've just renumbered them because of the World War I agenda.
Just in terms of some of the budgets, they're still showing as 0. For example, professional fees on the first page. That's 0. I thought the council had resolved there's some funding in professional fees. I've been absent for a number of council meetings, but the one that I attended, the previous one, where we rejected these, was that a working party would be set up to look at expenditure where we didn't have a budget, but we had spent money against it, it would be rectified. And there's a number of budgets within this current statement that I'm looking at that fall in that category. Could somebody update me
Well, I think
on how that was progressed?
the only comment I could make about working parties is that there were so many that were agreed to be set up. None of them have actually taken place because there was a proliferation of them. Various councillors resigned.
How did we approve the previous ones then?
So,
The issues weren't
as far as
addressed.
I'm aware, Councillor Baines, they've lapsed.
But how did we as a council approve this, if those actions have been taken?
I believe, Mr. Chair, I believe that certain questions were raised to put to the clerk on the finances, and she went away and came back and reported back to council the answers which appeared to be satisfactory to the council.
As far as I'm aware, Councillor Baines, everything has been approved, even if there's been a huge discussion about it or controversy on throughout previous meetings.
Okay, just one line item then. We've got recruitment advertising at minus £2,426. And that's on the second page of line 4030. Can somebody pay us then to do some advertising for us? If it's an income figure.
It's on 4020.
4030.
30.
Can I answer that, please?
Yes.
I think I may have coded that incorrectly. That should be the grass cutting income of 1030. I think it's a typo. So that should be the 2426. Right.
fine. Just moving on to the next page then. 4021, telephone and fax. We've got a current budget of £260. Actual year to date 218. I think there's been some communication on emails around the cost of telephone expenses. I couldn't see it on the agenda today, but can I suggest we look at that in terms of what we're spending on sort of telephone and fax expenditure?
That's under the law centre, isn't it? Okay.
Okay. Could I ask what's happened to the craft morning sessions as well? Line 1147.
It still happened, the resource centre manager managed them herself.
Are they still going, the craft
Yes.
mornings? Is that the craft mornings that Brainbird does, or is that something?
The resource centre manager, it's in her job description to run craft sessions, and she has taken them up herself.
Thank you. Just on page 5, number at the bottom, the top, cemetery project. So it looks like we've actually paid the invoice. Can I get confirmation that cemetery is now open? Has there been a...
That's a later agenda item, but no, it is not at the moment.
Okay. So is there any more expenditure to be made on top of what we've already paid?
There may be additional invoice which I'm trying to find out what it's for.
Okay. And then just on the same page, line 422, Glebe Meadow, actual year to date, again, it's a negative figure, £1,213.
That's an accrued figure which they haven't collected from us.
Okay.
Mr Chair, while you're on the subject of that one, can we write to Glebe Meadows and just let them know that we have this money sitting there? Because I understand underneath the new financial regs, money may be lost if it's not used within the time it's supposed to be used by.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, it's not so much that it's money to be used by. We are now sent invoices from, I think it's the National Trust, or they actually do the invoicing for group meetings. And I was asked for them, and they're supposed to be sent.
Thank you.
Okay. Any more questions on that?
No.
Okay. Can we approve that then?
I'm not approving it,
Okay.
so I don't want to know again approving this.
Can I propose we approve the accounts for this month, Mr Chair? That needs to be seconded.
Seconded it?
Who's voting against?
Is anyone seconded it?
Councillor Frost.
Okay. Can we have this name vote then, please?
Okay.
Who's for approving?
Councillor Frost. So.
So it's Councillor West, Councillor Frost and Councillor Daniel? Okay.
Fine. Okay. 13B, petty cash. October 14, month 7. Any concerns over that?
Not for me.
No? Okay, so we all in approval of that one then? Okay. Right, now this is to approve the budget for 15-16, this is the committee budgets.
Mr Chair, we start on this,
Councillor
okay?
West, yes.
I asked for stuff and I believe that we're going to do stuff and it doesn't appear on the budget, then I will get told there's not a budget line, so I'm going to keep jumping up and down on this one, okay? We said DDA play, we turned said that
Right, can we just get into them and then you can ask whatever
Yeah, well,
questions the
it's-
clerk will respond, all right?
Okay,
Okay, that's why you just jumping in straight away.
okay.
Okay, so 13C1 is to approve the proposed environmental committee budget for 15-16 of 19,700, as recommended at the meeting on the 18th of November. Mr. Chairman, there it is,
Mr
in
Chair.
green. Yeah.
DDA play, sensory play garden, salt bins were all agreed by council that we would do. Okay, I know that we're seeking CFCVC will put salt bins, but we haven't put any money in the budget just in case they don't. Okay, so we're going to do something, right? Keep saying we haven't got a budget line, and therefore we can't do it. It's already been agreed by council to do something. There should now be a budget line. Okay, so whatever it's going to cost is what we need to put in the budget.
There's any response to that?
I may well do, if you like.
Meetings, and I was going to send the president of Highways for the 6 positions for St. which I have done.
Yeah, but if highways say no, we've still got we took the decision we're going to supply them, so we need a budget in line for
I
them.
think you're actually saying that you want the salt bins for this year.
Yeah,
That's right.
And
That's right.
this financial year goes
So
to
won't
the
we-
31st of March. This is next year's financial year.
We agreed that we would take it out of reserves, either get them free or take it out of reserves, because we want them this winter.
that's right, we do.
But
Yeah.
when they want, then there's no, they're not appearing next year.
Right, okay, back to salt bins. I apologise about the salt bins, but the DDA play equipment and the sensory garden was agreed, okay, but there's no budget line. We told section 106 we've got a
That
match
was
fund.
part of that project, wasn't it?
It's part of the,
Yeah. So it won't be the budget, because it'll come out of the project.
Why is it coming?
So we were told we're going to put match fund on
That's
this.
coming up on the agenda later, isn't it? The report from Clemens.
Yeah, but we're told we've got a match fund, okay?
The problem is, David, if we put, let's say there's 20 grand available, and we put 20 grand match fund, we can't put the pre-sale up by £20,000 unless we know we have to. So we just have to bring it back to the council.
And then get it blocked every way round, saying there's not a budget line, or just when was this agreed, point out which item number. I'm sorry, but this way I'm jumping on all the hoops that have happened over the last 6 months. Okay, stop. I'm sort of saying, okay, let's stop the stopping and let's start doing. Right, the people don't want to see us keep saying we're stopping. They want us to see us what we can
I
actually
don't think they want
achieve.
to see a council tax increase of about 100%.
No, they don't, and that's what I'm
So
asking
can we
for.
just,
We are doing the doing, David.
yeah, can we just sort of try and stick to what this is saying?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's exactly my point. Okay. Then on the also, I spoke to the groundsman, and he reckons that he needs a four-wheel drive truck replacing the truck he's got with a flatbed and a trailer, because it's going to be easier because the trailer can be lower to lift the stuff onto that he has to lift onto, and he can leave the trailer there and with one place and go off to another
Can the
place.
clerk respond to that, please?
Practical item, David, it's under duty.
Okay, right, I apologise. And while we've been doing the cemetery, and with our van being attacked in the Muga, would it not be possible to fence off the area behind the garage in the cemetery? We could park our van inside there securely. We could get some CCTV and some security lights. Now we've got power going in, and therefore we could. I'm talking a few £100, okay, to stop the damage. How many days was the van off the road? 3 because of it.
We can have security.
It wasn't off the road at all.
When we get the power connected up, we could have a security light put up there. But I don't think they need to go to the expense of additional fencing and goodness knows what else. You're looking at thousands of pounds.
No, I'm not. I'm talking the area around behind the garage, so the workmen can actually park their van there, the vehicle there, away from a secured area. I'll put in a small gate and a small fence across it. I'm not talking thousands of pounds, right? I'm just talking a 6-foot high wire fence going around to stop people getting attacking the van. Right? And therefore, it would do two other things. It would actually free up 2 car parking spaces because it would park away. Okay, yep.
Agenda item, mate, this isn't part of that.
Where's what? Okay.
Oh, how much is the fence? You
You're
don't
talking
know.
about you talk about a new project here, right? You don't want to put that in an annual budget, do we? Right, we've got any other concerns over this? Councillor Baines?
It's just a point of clarification really for myself. In terms of setting these budgets, have we taken previous year's budget and upped it a little bit or kept it the same? Is that the rationale?
Oh, well.
That's how we do it. We look at the 6 month spending,
Yeah,
when we do the draft budgets,
Yeah.
and we just up according to how that spending is going.
okay. I've done a quick analysis on expenditure today, and this is not just apply to this one, but it applies to the others. If I just take one line, it's a very simple line, petrol and oil. We've got a budget of £75 for next year. The budget for this year was £65. Actual year to date, in my report in October, was £64. We've already virtually spent, and we're not towards the end of the year. I don't know, something like petrol we use regularly, and we would need it regularly. I'm not sure that we actually fully accounted for in terms of extrapolating the actuals for the year end. I'm not entirely comfortable that we're budgeting enough in some areas in terms of what we've actually spent to date this year. And I'll just use the small example where
I think the assistant clerk wants to come in then.
yeah, go on.
That petrol isn't for the vehicle, that's for equipment like the lawnmower, etc. And at this
Yeah.
time of year, it's not being used because they're not cutting grass,
Yeah.
they're not trimming, so the majority has actually been used to date.
Okay, so we've got up until end of March, so we're saying we're not going to spend any more. This is just a small example. I'm not going to lose any sleep over £65, but we've got something like pitch fees here. So we're proposing £300 income next year. To date this year, we've got £366 somewhere like that. So we're way above what we budgeted for. We're going to lose income next year in terms of pitch fees.
Well, that depends on what the council decides to do with its pitch fees, because
Yeah,
at the moment it's proposing to give refunds back.
Yeah, I see that. So I'm just thinking in terms of actually setting the budget. We've got 366 we've already got this year, and we're setting a budget of 300 next year. Is that realistic? I'm just asking the
Mr.
question.
Chair,
Hang on, can Leslie come in? There was a direct question.
The pitch fees is very variable. Sometimes we have two youth playing on that
Yeah.
field. Sometimes I think this year we had 4.
Yeah.
Last year it was just 2. So we sort of was a bit difference
Okay.
every year. Plus we didn't know whether fees were going up as it happens.
Yeah.
And they're being recommended that we get a refund. So,
Mr. Chair, the reason why the refund was suggested is because before the pitches can be used, they have to be cleared of dog fees.
Councillor West, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, but that was starting to
Okay, that'll come up in another agenda item.
Okay.
Okay, as long as we've got logic behind how we set these budgets, we're never going to be having exact science, but as long as we've considered those actuals in a manner to set our budgets for next year, so we don't leave ourselves exposed to any budget overspends.
The clerk and the assistant clerk always done a pretty good job in these budgets in previous years. I think they've been around long enough to actually know what they're doing, so I endorse what they've done here.
You endorse it? Okay.
Never been budget overspent, is it?
Okay, any more questions about that then? Can we, Councillor Clapham?
A very small one, a thing I usually go on about, dog fouling. Are we thinking there's going to be less money spent? I mean, it's just gone from £450 to £400, 4029.
That's going to be up
we usually use that budget for the dogging tax that we give out. We haven't for the last couple of years actually spent it. That's why we reduced it.
So this year today, just to give you an example, we've spent £58 on that. So we like to spend any more.
Yeah, there is a number and it was just coming to £69.
£69. Okay. we got in the budget? 400.
Or 50.
Well, that's probably going to be more than enough, isn't it?
But that can be used for trees and things as well. We used it to cut back trees.
Okay. Can we give that general approval then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 13C2 is to approve the proposed property committee budget for the next year, 35,780. As recommended at the property committee meeting the 18th of November. It's on the purple paper. The one new entry there is 4014 on the second page, where they've put in a budget for electricity usage in the cemetery. £100.
Is that going to be enough?
That's what was suggested in the news.
Considered estimate.
Well, we've got standing charge now every day when it comes on. What's standing charge? £25 per day. So we're going to whack through that. Then we get whatever we use down there, the pumps, lights. So should we increase that?
I think we should see how we get on with it, don't you? The pump's not on all the time. Cuts out.
Yeah, I know that. It works on a
At
float
the end of the
system.
day, as Councillor Bailey said, you're not going to know exact figures. You've got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's just a reasoned amount they've put in. Overall, there's an increase of £140. We need to keep things as tight as we can. Councillor Frost?
If we find that electricity is not enough money, are we able to extend it if we need to? Higher
Probably
it.
buy from another budget, within that budget.
Right, okay.
Councillor Bailey, any questions on that? Okay. Let's move on from that one. Okay, and lastly the blue one, which is GP and Finance, 13C3. So 130,726 recommended at the GP and Finance on the 18th of November.
Mr. Chair,
Councillor Webb.
bus shelter, okay? We put £1,000 in the budget for the bus shelter. Have you seen the state of the one that's outside Arlesey Business Centre? It is a wreck, okay? It's going to cost us more than £1,000 to get that one repaired.
I will respond to that, Councillor Webb.
We got an application form, but we got a decision made at the last meeting.
I was told it's owned by Central Bed.
I'm going to say, I was just going to say.
Well done, Ross, everything.
We will replace that.
Right. And the one out here, how many more months have you got to wait for parts?
The parts for that has just come in this week.
So it can be fixed, and the window as well?
Yes.
Brilliant. Right.
If it's not owned by Central Bed, we need to...
Then we're going to get it replaced.
Who's going to replace it?
It's going to be, Elsie, what is the scheme called that does that?
There's a transport scheme run by the RCT, and we can probably get about £2,000 towards a new bus shelter. I did give Leslie the application form for the last committee meeting, but there was no decisions made to go ahead.
Would there be any cost to Arlesey Town Council?
Yes, we have to match fund,
So,
probably give a little bit more than match funding,
so how much do we need to account for potentially?
probably about £5,500
Have we got that?
That's a total, is it?
for a new shelter.
Yeah, of which we pay on.
Oh, so have we got 2,500 in the budget?
Not in the budget, no.
We've got something in the reserves.
would that cover it? No. Is there a shortfall?
Probably,
Should we put that in this year's budget?
Yeah?
Whatever the shortfall is, I don't know what the shortfall is. Whatever the shortfall is, we should.
We'll have to look at that one.
well, to look at
Okay.
certain shelters, we've got no idea what the actual costs, depending on which shelter members.
But it's the one near the old Hall building. Huh? Oh, I see what you mean, cost of the shelter on that. Yes. I will have to look at that and come back on that.
Because there is a line in there with bus shelter, with all question mark next to it.
Yeah.
We've had that through the process.
Mr. Chairman?
Councillor Frost.
With this bus shelter, if it belongs to Central Beds, why can't they match fund?
I don't think it does belong to
No.
that. I think it was an old patch shelter, shelter, the town council would gradually replace them.
Councillor West.
Mr. Chairman, again, and you said to bring up here, this is the budget here for the DBHA, the Central Department, the, so it is, you said to bring it up here, it is the GP budget. So we need to put in there, okay, an amount of money to do. No, it's missing.
Right. Can you just make a note? I don't know how much would you.
Well, we had some figures done.
Well, we haven't got,
We
haven't got
had-
to that part of the meeting yet.
No, we had some figures out previously come, so I don't know how much it's going to cost. All I know is we had figures come before and they went away to go to the play specialist.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, I've got that report in, but I haven't got to that part of the meeting yet.
Who's got that?
But that would be financed by 106 money. Councillor Merton.
Just a query on the regional centre 4001, salaries and wages. Can you tell me why there's been 1,200, for example, more than that?
Increase.
£1,180 increase.
Why is that? Is there a reason?
4001.
Yes.
Regional centre.
Salaries and wages.
Yeah, 104, 4001.
I can't remember the copy of those given out. Yeah, because Karen's not working on a Saturday, we've still got Kim coming in.
And does that cost us more money then?
She has to be paid.
Is Karen on,
Otherwise we'd have to close it.
is Karen on reduced hours?
So did we not learn that this was happening when we recruited someone? Did we not able to recruit someone to work every Saturday or did, I'm a bit confused. Would we not have recruited, had we known that Karen was not able to work Saturdays because if I remember rightly she was off sort of seriously ill, should we not have taken that into consideration when we did a recruitment?
Probably. I wasn't aware of that at the time.
She's hoping to move up 3 hours.
I think the situation with Karen is that it's a temporary situation, isn't it? And even if Erin had worked additional hours to cover that, then her wages would have been in there anyway, so it would have been more, wouldn't it? But she costs more than
Well,
Karen.
why was it less than, no, I mean, we've always had cover in there from whatever days they're open, from 14